At 12:15 a.m., a computer said one word: launch. Not a drill, not a test, a real nuclear war signal. If one man had obeyed it, you would not be alive. This is the story of the night a machine almost ended humanity. September 26, 1983. Cold War. The world is divided into two armed camps, each ready to destroy the other in minutes. The United States, the Soviet Union. Both sides have thousands of nuclear weapons, enough to erase civilization many times over. They are watching each other constantly: satellites, radars, computers, all waiting for one thing: an attack. In 1983, the world was already shaking. Just weeks before this night, NATO ran a military exercise called Able Archer. It looked so real that the Soviet Union thought it might be a real attack. Bombers were moved, missiles were prepared, pilots waited inside cockpits. Both sides were already nervous, already expecting war. So when a computer said, launch, it didn't sound crazy. It sounded believable. That made the night even more dangerous. In 1983, fear was normal. Children practiced hiding under desks, families built bunkers, movies showed nuclear fire, every radio, every newspaper, every leader spoke about war. People did not ask if it would happen. They asked when. So when a machine said launch, no one laughed, no one doubted. Fear had trained them to believe it. That is why this night was so dangerous. Deep inside the Soviet Union, in a secret base called Serpukhov 15, a young officer is on night duty. His name is Stanislav Petrov. He is not famous. He is not powerful. He is just the man sitting in front of the screens. His job is simple. If the system says America has launched nuclear missiles, he must report it immediately. Then the Soviet Union will launch its own missiles. No discussion, no debate, just destruction. The system he watches is new, a satellite network designed to detect missile launches. It is trusted, it is praised, it is believed. And tonight, it speaks. An alarm explodes through the room. Red lights, sirens, screens flashing one word: launch. The computer says, the United States has fired a nuclear missile at the Soviet Union. One missile. Petrov freezes. Protocol says, report immediately. Do not hesitate. If he reports, Soviet leaders will have minutes to respond. Minutes to decide the fate of Earth. Petrov does not panic. He does not shout. He does not obey. His first move is technical. He resets the system. If it is only a glitch, the alarm will disappear. It does not. The warning stays. Then it gets worse. The computer now claims more missiles are coming. Not one. 4 more. Petrov holds a phone in one hand, an intercom in the other. Officers shout. Someone tells him to stay calm. Someone tells him to follow the rules. But he has not reported anything yet. Petrov understood computers better than most officers. He knew they did not think. They did not doubt. They did not understand meaning. They only matched patterns. Light could look like fire. Noise could look like danger. Errors could look like truth. A machine cannot be afraid of being wrong. But a human can. And sometimes, fear of being wrong saves lives. Petrov looks at the screen. Why only 5 missiles? If America started nuclear war, it would not send 5. It would send hundreds. Enough to destroy everything. 5 makes no sense. Now there is no more time. If he is wrong and does nothing, his country will be destroyed. If he is wrong and reports, the world will end. The room is silent. All eyes on him. Time feels strange. Seconds feel like minutes. Breathing feels loud. Silence feels heavy. He imagines 2 futures. One where he obeys, cities gone, millions dead, history ending. Another where he is wrong, and his country burns first. There is no safe choice, only a less terrible one. He chooses to risk being wrong, to avoid being certainly destructive. He lifts the phone. He does not say, we are under attack. He does not say, prepare to launch. He says, this is a malfunction. Then he reports, false alarm. He breaks protocol. He breaks the rules. He breaks the machine's command. Only after that does he wait for ground radar. Satellites see the flash of launch, but ground radar sees real objects. Missiles can only be seen once they cross the horizon. So Petrov waits. Minutes pass. Ground radar shows nothing. No objects appear, no missiles arrive, no explosions, no war. The computer was wrong. The machine was screaming war. Reality stayed silent. And in that silence, one man stood between a machine and the end of the world. If Petrov had obeyed, missiles would have launched, cities would have vanished, millions would have died in minutes, smoke would block the sun, crops would fail, nuclear winter would follow. Not a war, an ending. Every language, every flag, every future, gone. That is what his silence stopped. What really happened? The satellites mistook sunlight reflecting off clouds for missile launches. A rare angle, a rare moment, a perfect mistake. A machine saw fire where there was only light, and a human chose not to believe it. Petrov did not become a hero. He was questioned, criticized, blamed. His superiors were embarrassed. They wanted silence, not celebration. For years, nobody knew his name. The world slept safely, never knowing how close it came to ending. Petrov later said something simple. The system was not ready, and neither were we. He understood something dangerous. Machines do not understand context. They do not feel fear. They do not imagine consequences. They only follow rules. Think about it. Your life, and the destiny of the whole world, once depended on a man alone in a chair. At 12:15 a.m., trusting his instincts over a machine. No movie hero, no dramatic speech, just a man who thought, this doesn't feel right. Today, computers are everywhere. They decide money, they decide traffic, they decide information, and sometimes, they decide life and death. We call it progress. But Petrov's night teaches something else. Technology is powerful, but judgment is human. Stanislav Petrov died in 2017. No statues, no medals, no world ceremony, but you are here, breathing, living, because one man doubted a machine, because one man said no, and because of that, you're alive. Thank you for watching. More stories like this are coming. Subscribe to stay with us.